Hello and welcome back to Seconds Out. My name is Ayman here with top welterweight Michael McKinson, star of the Michael McKinson YouTube channel as well too. Michael McKinson. Michael, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, all the better for speaking to you. Now, I didn't get you on to speak about this specifically, but I've woke up today to a lot of controversy on Twitter towards
Yeah.
the Kambosos versus Hughes fight. Did you catch that at all, Michael? Did you see it?
I didn't watch. I'm in a group chat with all the boxing team and stuff, so we're always writing in there and stuff. If you go over there and lose a majority decision, you should have walked away the winner. So his rise, Matthew Hughes' rise, has been a great one, and he deserves everything that he gets, but he don't deserve the result last night.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Now, going back to yourself, look, you've made a conscious effort to be a lot more exciting in the ring, and you've really kind of pushed on the gears to do that. In your last two fights, you've got those stoppages, and you've kind of given that entertainment side of the fight. Do you think you're fully there with bringing that string to your bow yet?
I'm still developing. Like, ninth year as a professional, but I'm still developing in the gym. So in multiple areas of my boxing. So we'll continue to learn. We'll continue to grow as a fighter. And like this year, I came into 2023 in a mission to try and excite, try and put them away. Everyone knows I'm a brilliant boxer. Everyone knows that I can beat a lot of people on points. But the casuals want to see knockouts, so the casuals are getting knockouts.
Getting knockouts, indeed. I mentioned the Michael McKinson YouTube channel. I watched the video when it first came out, and I just reminded myself just before this interview, and there was a funny moment I thought where you kind of said you're not going to lose again, and your daughter said, if you don't use confidence, you might end up losing again. How confident are you as a fighter right now?
I think a lot of my success, I've had to be mentally strong. Going to Gibraltar, 4-1 underdog against Congo, everyone thought I'd lose. I kept myself. I was very mentally strong in that fight, and my mental strength's one of my biggest assets, I believe. Going to Texas last year with just a small team of 7, to fight Virgil Ortiz, and you could see the confidence in myself fight week and stuff. Like, I'm very, very confident fighter. I do have a lot of belief in myself, and my team around me. And I train hard. So why shouldn't I be confident? So yeah, a lot of my success has come from my mental strength, 100%.
Is the phone ringing for you right now in terms of getting those, pushing on with that confidence and getting those opportunities to push on now as well?
Not really. We just still sat back waiting. It's been 8 weeks since my last outing, but I fought 5 times in 14 months, so that's very good. Like, activity's great. But I had a little hand niggle in my last fight, so I've allowed it time to recover. So in that time, I've had a well-earned rest. We're back training now. Everything's fine. My weight's good, so we are waiting on another opportunity. I'd love to be out before the end of the year again, October time maybe. It's got to be a decent fight. Like, I've had 3 comeback fights since Ortiz now, and I've walked through 2 of them. So I think I've earned another big fight.
Despite my question earlier, confidence surely can't be questioned when you're calling on the likes of David Avanesyan for a fight. Is there anything been put in front of you in terms of getting this fight with Avanesyan over the line? Because that's a great fight in prospect.
Yeah, nothing yet. I know that I respectfully called David out. His team are well up for the fight. They know I'm serious. They know I'm a serious fighter, and so both teams really want to get the fight on. Just waiting to see who wants to pull it up, I guess. It's a great fight. He's not called out very much, and neither am I, to be honest. Like, I love being in fights where people don't think I'm going to win. Like, I love proving people wrong. That's really what gets me up for it, and that's what I want next. The last few fights I've been the favourite and stuff like that, but I like to be in the fight as an underdog. I think I might be the underdog if I fought David, but I'm very, very confident that I'll be able to get the job done against him.
What is it you're seeing from the tape you've seen of David that gives you that confidence that you'd be the victor on the night?
It's not so much what I've seen of him. He's like, other than the Crawford fight last time, he's been an animal for the last few years. He's walked for everyone. But it's what I can do. I showed a glimpse of what I can do last year when I went out to the States. And, although I took a loss to Ortiz, I was always in the fight. I didn't look out of place at that level. And since then, I've developed in other areas of what I have, So I do really, really believe a well-prepared Michael McKinson can beat David Avanesyan.
What's the
and it's pointless me trying to call out and lose and sleep over the British guys, because no one calls my name over here, and I do believe on top of the tree. So I've got too much ambition not to call out the likes of David Avanesyan, and some like the guys in America, Alexis Roger, people like that, because that's where I belong.
For your eye, what's the difference between Virgil Ortiz Jr. and David Avanesyan? They're two big pressure fighters, but obviously two different fighters too.
Both very strong. Both very strong. But can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's just calling me. Both very strong. I believe David's 35 now, isn't he, or about that age. Ortiz is fresh. He's young. He's hungry. And I was giving him problems. As well. So yeah, I just really do believe I belong at the level I was at last year, and I showed that. The perfect fight for me next is a guy like Avanesyan, and that's why I called him out. So we've just got to wait and see if I can get it. Really.
Do you think? Look, it sounds a straightforward question here, but you fight David Avanesyan. We hypothetically, from your point of view, you get the win against David Avanesyan. Would you get the credit associated to, considering that your type of style would be the antidote to someone like Avanesyan?
Yeah, I'm always fighting to earn people's respect, the boxing public's respect. Always fighting to get that credit and that recognition. I got a fair bit of credit for what going over to the States last year and fighting Ortiz, etc. But I didn't win. So I'm always there. Like, I'm top of the tree in the British, like out of the British welterweights, and my name's never talked about. Still, I've took bigger gambles and stuff like that, and I don't really believe I do have the credit. But going out there beating a guy like David, then like 100% people will praise me for that.
Are you keeping your eye on Virgil? It's a shame because he has not really pushed on, because he's got those health problems right now, which really kind of hindering his career.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with him. When I fought him last year, 100% he wasn't going to stay at welterweight for much longer. He was very tight at the weight. So I don't know the ins and the outs, what's going on or things like that. But things, it needs to be looked into a little bit more, doesn't it? And he's young. He needs to keep healthy. So yeah, I'm not losing sleep on ever getting that fight ever again.
Now, there's one fight I wanted to talk to you outside of your immediate sphere. That's a huge fight coming up this weekend, being Spence versus Crawford, indeed. Now, can you believe, I don't know if you kept your eye on the YouTube, the SecondsOut YouTube, but my colleague Frank put out a poll, 71,000 votes, split 50-50 down the middle for the two. Put it either way for me, Michael. Who wins that fight?
Crawford.
Why?
Spence is a lot bigger. I've seen Crawford in person. He was out in Texas last year. I spoke to him. He's not very big at 147, but he's a very, very healthy, athletic 147. And, Spence does go up in weight, and he does out of the two. It seems like he's the one that doesn't really look after himself as much. But don't get me wrong, these two are they're both in the top 5 pound for pound fighters by many people's opinions, top 3 maybe. So they're both superior athletes. I think if you break it down, Spence has looked a little bit more vulnerable in fights than Crawford has. And as soon as Crawford adapts and gets into his rhythm, it'll take something very, very special to stop him. So I would, if I bet my last pound, I'm going Crawford points.
When you're factoring you picking Crawford, are you factoring in the car crash for Spence, the damaged eye for Spence too?
Everything, and he obviously does. I've seen pictures of him out of shape and stuff like that. You never see Crawford out of shape. You never. He looks after himself a lot more than Spence, so it seems. That I'm factoring everything into that, as well as how good Crawford really is. As soon as he gets into that rhythm, he's a great athlete, and Spence is a very, very good fighter. Don't get me wrong. Skill set is unbelievable skill set, but I just think I was 50-50 for a long time. As it's got closer, I'm edging Crawford, 100%.
How do you offset someone who's got such a rhythm and has been found to establish his rhythm quite easily, like Crawford?
You just got to make it ugly. Try and make it ugly. Try and force a pace, I guess. Like I said, sometimes Crawford does start a little bit slow, but then he adapts and that rhythm's unbelievable. He stopped 30 out of 39 fighters, not because he's a massive puncher, but his athleticism, his timing, everything. He's the complete fighter.
If you were to wake up the next day and you were told there was a knockout in the fight, who would you believe who'd got that knockout? Who's more likely to have scored it?
Crawford. 100%. Like I said, Spence has looked vulnerable on a couple of occasions out of the two, and I would say Crawford is the bigger danger as in a puncher out of the two. So, I would say that.
Bringing this back to you, Michael, look, you've been vocal about having Avanesyan high on your priority list and Alexis Rocha. Yeah. Is there anyone else that you're targeting at the moment?
If they're above me, let's kill it. If they're above me, we want the big fights. I think we've earned another big fight. I'm 25-1. I've had 26 fights. I've only lost to Ortiz. Everyone has been put in front of me, and I just do feel like that I deserve something else that's big, another big opportunity. I don't want to. I'm an ambitious guy, and I don't want to keep fighting 8 rounds. Don't get me wrong, I've been blessed to fight on some real good cards since the Ortiz fight. But I want to be further up the card. I want to be in title fights again. So anyone that's above me, I want them.
Final couple of things from me, Michael. I'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Been development. Everyone's been following this Conor Benn story, and it seems like he's now been pulled from the WBC rankings. The WBC have said it's because of inactivity. But waiting on a development. Is it a sign maybe of the direction it's gone or going to go? Maybe.
Not a clue. He failed 2 tests at the beginning, so that's all I'm basing my opinion off of. So. I don't really want to say anything else on that until things are cleared out, I guess. Something needs to happen. Like the boxing public would love to see him back because he's great. He's a great entertainment. But things just need to be cleared up first,
Fair enough. That's a fair enough answer there. Final thing. Look, this big fight that you're searching for, do you think you get it this year?
Hopefully. I don't know how to approach it. Start calling people out and be like, or be respectful and be humble, which I have been, you know. Either way don't work. Either way don't work. Like, these guys, they don't really want to mention me because they know that I cause a lot of people problems. But hopefully something happens soon. It's got to, because I'm active. I'm active and I'm healthy, so I'm ready.
Michael, a real pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out. Looking forward to seeing you back in the ring too. We'll speak soon.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.